Chapter 17. The lights in the arena are down low and music plays softly in the background as we wait for the presentation of medals. There's a red carpet laid out over the ice and a podium at the end of it. A few officials from the ISF are standing beside event volunteers holding trays with the gold, silver, and bronze medals and the bouquet of flowers that will accompany the prizes. Dad is down on the ice with them too. When the event organizers realized he'd be here for the duration of the competition, they asked him to be the one to give out the medals to the winners. Dad, never one to refuse a spotlight, obviously agreed. We spent the last 2 hours watching the best junior men's skaters in the world battle it out. Médaillé de bronze de la Fédération de Russie, Vladimir Fedorov. The Russian skater sprints out onto the ice and presents himself to the crowd with a flourish before skating to the podium and carefully stepping up onto the lowest platform. Médaillé d'argent du Canada, Bastien Roy. The crowd goes wild for the French-Canadian skater, and he shows appreciation for their support when he moves out onto the ice, turning to each section of the arena and placing a hand over his heart with every bow. Le médaillé d'or est le champion du monde junior des États-Unis d'Amérique, Ben Wu. Woo! Braden and I stand up and scream as Ben appears on the ice, waving up to the fans with both hands and a huge smile on his face. He skated brilliantly in the last couple of days, something I would have noticed if I hadn't been caught up in my own drama. I'm so proud of him, though. From not being able to skate less than a year ago to the junior world champion is obviously impressive. Maybe he'll be coming with us to senior worlds in a month, too. The medal ceremony doesn't take long, and then we're all standing while the Star-Spangled Banner plays through the stadium speakers. In the far corner of the arena, the Russian, Canadian, and American flags rise, and Ben's face is up on the screen as he sings along with the song. Our free dance is in 3 days. Will we be up there at the top of the podium, or will we be like Jimmy, standing on the sidelines after finishing a disappointing 4th? Yesterday, after our rhythm dance, when that score came in, I thought nothing could touch us. I thought there was 0 chance that we don't win this whole damn thing and skate off to the senior career we've been working toward for 4 years. Training today was okay. Not bad, but not great. At least I thought so. Camille didn't say anything about it, so maybe it was better than I thought. I still feel kind of off balance, though, after what Braden said about Freddie. I think I was able to reassure him, but now it feels like maybe I wasn't being entirely honest, not with him and not with myself. I've got to go, I say once the anthem is over and the lights come up. Where are you going? Elisa asks. Dad made reservations for us tonight for dinner. Apparently, it's the hottest restaurant in Paris. I promised Riley I'd visit her in the hospital, I say, shouldering my bag and shrugging. Isn't she getting out tomorrow? Yeah, but I told her I'm coming. I'm not going to blow her off. Elisa shrugs. Braden, are you coming? He looks to me and raises an eyebrow. You should go. We'll hang out later, okay? For a second, he looks back and forth between us and then nods, leaning down to brush a kiss on my cheek. Gotta keep up appearances, after all. Have fun, I say, turning away, and scroll through my phone, pretending I'm way more confident about ordering an Uber in Paris than I am. Instead of exiting the arena with everyone else, I use my athlete's credential to get down into the locker room area underneath the stands, and by the time I make it down there, Ben is finishing up his last interview. You won! I yell and reach out to pull him into a hug. I did! You should try it. It's amazing! Giggling, I reach out and hold the gold medal that's still around his neck. It's awesome. Where are you headed? I was going to visit Riley in the hospital, try to cheer her up a bit. Give me a few minutes to say hi to my family and I'll go with you. Don't you want to go out and celebrate? Ben shrugs. We're going to do dinner later tonight, but I've been where she is. Some things are more important. True to his word, 10 minutes later, Ben is showered, dressed, and meeting me outside the changing room, skating bag over one shoulder where I assume his gold medal is safely tucked away. You must be freaking out, I say when the car pulls away for the arena. I am. I didn't think this was possible. You worked hard. Sometimes hard work isn't enough, he says with a shrug. I'm really proud of myself for not giving up. That's what matters in the end. His phone buzzes, so I focus on the view out the window. It's raining today. It's been raining since before we woke up this morning. I don't read a lot of poetry or anything, but it feels poetic, like Paris can't be sunny and happy when Riley is stuck in a hospital bed. I glance over to Ben. He swipes out of whatever conversation he was having and turns to me. It's not only figure skating where that matters, you know. What? Not giving up. It's a universal thing. Yeah, I know. Do you? Ben, what are you... Just, he says, cutting me off. Sometimes you think something is over or that it can't be fixed no matter what you do, but I'm living proof that's not true. I blink at him. Is he talking about his injury? It sounds like he could be, but it doesn't feel like he is. There's no time to ask him, though, not that I'd even know what to ask exactly, because the car pulls up to the hospital. He gets out on one side, I on the other, and by the time we're walking inside, it feels like it would be too awkward. We sign in and get visitors' badges from the nurse at the front desk, using a translating app and pulling out Ben's gold medal as proof that we are who we say we are. I'm pretty sure she's violating their policy by letting us through, but whatever works. Hey guys, Riley says quietly when we knock on the open door. There's an empty bed next to her and she's hooked up to a bunch of machines, which is super scary, like the beeps and toots are proof that she's really not okay. She looks so small in that bed, wearing a hospital gown that's definitely at least 3 sizes too big. Wearing a hospital gown that's at least 3 sizes too big. She's wearing a hospital gown that's at least 3 sizes too big. I'm so glad you're here, she says. You just missed Freddie. He's been here for hours and won't stop hovering, so I made him leave and go get snacks. I'm so glad you're here. Of course we came, I say, trying to ignore that any minute now, Freddie is going to be back here. I perch on the end of the bed since Riley's feet don't come anywhere near the footboard, while Ben sits in the chair beside it. How are you feeling? She shrugs, still kind of woozy, but the doctor says that's probably more the meds for my knee than the concussion. They scheduled the surgery for when we go back at the end of the week. You're staying to the end of the competition? Smiling, she nods. Yeah, I want to cheer you guys on and see you kick everyone else's asses instead of mine. But right now, talk to me about literally anything other than skating. What's up with you and Brian? Why would anything be up? I ask quickly, too quickly. Do you guys need, girl talk time? Ben asks. I can go. I roll my eyes. It's fine. We're fine. I think. What? Riley asks, leaning forward, clear interest in her face. This is what she needs right now, a distraction. I think he got jealous over something really dumb, and now things feel weird. Riley laughs. Braden Elliott gets jealous? I thought that dude had 2 modes, confident and more confident, Ben says. Yeah, I say, kind of wishing I could just tell them, or, well, at least Riley. It would be so nice to be able to talk about this weird tangle I've gotten myself into, but I can't. I promised Braden. We figured it out, though, and we're good to go for tomorrow. Hazard of mixing skating with other stuff. Things get weird off the ice, and it's a domino effect. Yeah, Riley says softly. That's what you were worried about before, right? You never really said anything, but I feel like that's what it was. I mean, it's fine, though, as long as you talk, which, Braden and I did, so it's fine now. Everything's fine. She doesn't look convinced. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, Ben says carefully, but then again, I don't skate with a partner. The frustrating thing is that he got so worked up over something so small, I say. I really need him to, not. That's so immature, Riley says. Aren't you worried that if he can't handle this now, what would it be like if you broke up? Some kind of panic must show on my face, though, because she grimaces. Sorry, the meds have, removed any filters I had. She's right, though. Really right. It's not about whether or not Braden and I could handle dating and being skating partners, because we're not actually dating. It's about what it would be like if it all blows up in our faces somehow. What if he meets someone? Or what if I do? Then what? From what I can tell, it would be like the last couple of days, but, way bigger. It would totally destroy us and our dreams along with it. I don't know, Ben says. There are no guarantees in figure skating. Sometimes you gotta take a risk and hope it works out. I tilt my head at him. Says the boy who already has a gold medal. Touché. Anyway, Riley says, look at it this way. You've already made one huge, life-altering decision to try to go to the Olympics, and you still have a really good shot to do it. It's super clear she's not talking about me with that last part. Hey, so do you. It's 4 years until the games. You're going to come back stronger than ever. Maybe, she says, picking at the worn cotton of the hospital blanket. Did you talk to him about it? I ask softly. No, she says, and there are tears welling in her eyes. Reaching out, I grab her hand and squeeze it as the first tears start to fall. Talk to him about it. Trust me. He might surprise you. In fact, I'm pretty sure he will. He'll do it for her. You're going to come back stronger than ever. But it's not fair to him. One tear falls, and then another. Let him be the judge of that, I say, and she nods, squeezing back and then letting go to wipe at her face. Here, Ben says, reaching over and handing her a box of tissues. I'm such a mess, she says, laughing through the tears. You have a pretty decent excuse, I joke. I guess so, she agrees, laughing harder, but then the tears went out. I don't know how I'm going to do this. She tries to muffle the sobs with the edge of her blanket, but it doesn't do much good. I move toward the head of the bed to hug her, but Ben's ahead of me, an arm around her shoulder, pulling her into him and making soft, hushing noises. He gets it. Just over a year ago, he was in a hospital bed like this one. He'll know what to say to Riley when she's all cried out. A throat clears from the doorway. Are you okay? Freddie asks, walking into the room with a cardboard tray of fruit and a couple of bottles of water. Smoothly, he drops it all on the table at the center of the room, before stepping gingerly toward the bed. Riley makes some kind of noise in the back of her throat, but Ben shakes his head and eyes Freddie with clear meaning, a silent conversation between bros, and its meaning becomes clear as soon as Ben speaks. Could you two give us the room? I need to talk to Riley in private, ACL patient to ACL patient. Yeah, I was going back to the hotel anyway, I say, biting my lip. I have some stuff I need to take care of. I don't, but it's an easy excuse. It's pouring outside, Freddie says, moving toward the table. He grabs an umbrella and holds it out to me. I walked over here earlier. But then you'll get soaked on the way back, I say, shaking my head, trying to clear it. We haven't talked since he released me from that hug, and it shouldn't be weird, but it is. It's so polite and awkward and weird, and I hate it. Please, he says, practically pushing it into my hands. I don't mind the rain. Or, here's an idea. You two could just walk together. Umbrella looks big enough. Shut up, Ben, Freddie snaps at his best friend, but then bites his lip when his eyes land on Riley again. Ben snorts, sending him a rude gesture with his fingers. Shutting up. Now get out. And then we're out in the fluorescent glow of the hospital hallway, staring at the closed door. I guess we should, Freddie says, gesturing down the hall to the elevators. Yeah. We head outside and he was right. It's pouring, way harder than it was when we left the arena, but the hotel is only a few blocks away, and there's something that feels new and extremely grown up about walking down a Paris street, cafes and shops on one side, the Seine on the other, blending in with the city. To the people we pass, we probably look like a couple, huddled under the same umbrella, walking with purpose in, well, at least not completely awkward silence. The walk is a short one, and we jog up the steps to the hotel, where a doorman holds the door open. Bienvenue, he says, nodding to us as we pass. Freddie closes the umbrella and holds it out dripping on the spotless marble floor, and I smile apologetically to the doorman, but he waves us away, and we head for the elevators. We're on the same floor, and the tinkling music in the elevator is the only sound as we rise up. His room is a couple of doors into the hallway, and I'm farther down. Thanks for not letting me get soaked, I say when he stops at his door. Anytime, he says, shooting me a grin before I turn and head to my own room. I pass the key over the scanner, and the door clicks open. It's pitch black inside. Curtains drawn, lights out. There's a Maria-shaped lump in the center of her bed. She and Charlie probably just got finished with training for the day. She always naps after practice. In fact, a nap seems like a really good idea. I pass a mirror on the way to the bed and grimace. My hair might be a lost cause. The rain barely touched it, but the moisture in the air was enough to make my curls a puffy mess. I pull the bulk of it into my hands and twist it around into a ballet bun, keeping it loose enough that it doesn't look like a poop emoji on the top of my head, which has definitely happened more than once. A few pieces fall out the back of it, and my bangs aren't quite long enough to pull back, so they frame my face nicely. Not that it matters. I'm going to curl up with some French TV show I don't understand and let myself drift away. There's a knock at the door. I bet Maria ordered some room service, forgot, and then fell asleep. I don't even check the peephole before opening the door. "Freddie?" "Yeah," he says, rubbing a hand over the back of his neck. "I know you said you had some stuff to do, but I thought maybe—" "Maybe?" I prompt when he stops talking to just look at me. "Right. I thought maybe that instead—" He hesitates before saying in a rush, "What are the odds you want to get out of here, go somewhere?" "Me and you?" "Yeah," he says finally, holding out his hand, ready to shoot for it. I shake my head instead, smile, and grab my bag. "Even odds. Let's go."